What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Alright, so you're going to be showcasing another one of the two headliners. Crimson Masked Saiyan, Super Saiyan Rose 3. He's good, really good, like really good, but the way they built him, he doesn't link outstandingly well with anybody on his own teams in the Heroes or Crossover or Super Saiyan 3 category, really. Transformation boost even really is very few that he fits with other than the Super Saiyan 2, or Super Saiyan Rose, I'm sorry, variation of himself, the Extreme STR one. But even then, he doesn't have some of his crossover passive active, which is really kind of weird. So he is a Key 3, 170 to Heroes, Dragon Ball Heroes, I'm sorry, Super Saiyan 3 Transformation Boost, 170. 30% additional to crossover. He raises attack and then raises defense for one turn and causes immense damage, so he stacks his attack infinitely. He's Key 3, 180 to attack and defense, plus an additional 150 when attacking, doesn't need to be a super, high chance of guarding all attacks, plus an additional defense of 100%, and guards all attacks when there's 3 or more crossover category allies on the team. So see, that's where I'm saying you have to base it off of a crossover team at least with 3 others. And launches an additional attack as a high chance of becoming a super attack when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku. Transforms when conditions are met, and then we'll go into details into this form when he actually does get that. So we're going to be taking on Logs in the Ultimate Red Zone. I think this is a 2-stage fight as well. Let me double check. It is Int and AGL, so the first stage should be relatively easy. This is the team we're going to be running. I'm actually going to swap you out for you. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to put you on the team, and I'll swap you out for you really quickly, just so I have 2 different support units to try to get him into his best state. He links really well with the Broly, so if I can get him on rotation with the Broly, we'll probably do that with either one of the 2 Brolys that just drops. He shares 5 out of 7 links with the Brolys. Alright, so turn 1 is mine, and he does not link. He links decent with... Okay, so he doesn't link at all with them. Okay, so he has 1 link here. Alright, so turn 1, Vegito, or no, I'm sorry, not Vegito, Rose. 287,000 attack, 245,000 defense with a support unit on rotation that gives Key 3 40% to stats. Again, like I said, he does stack his attack on his super. Also, not to mention, there is a Hearts here who gives him an additional Key 1 and 30%, plus an additional Key 2 and 20 when all allies in the same turn are Extreme Class crossover, which they all are. So he technically has like a 90% buff right now, and that's what Rose's stats look like. Again, like I said, not a lot of his links are active for this one, so next rotation we'll get to see it more, but he's still at a 6.4 attack stat, which is really good for being not linked with anything other than Fierce Battle. And like I said, he does, okay, mine didn't do a single additional attack, which is kind of terrible, so he needs to stack his attacks to really build up that stat, so when he transforms into full power Super Saiyan 3 Rose, it hits a lot harder. This, I'm hoping she doesn't get us killed. Oops, I just hit the mic, I'm sorry. I'm hoping she doesn't get us killed, which she's, we get healed up from Rose. Okay, so this is kind of a better rotation. He shares, like I said, 5 out of 7. So let's take a look at him post grabbing the key. I don't know if this friend is link level 10. We're about to check. Yes, he is link level 10. He has no dodge, which is a weird build, and he is a 100% unit, so he's sitting at 539,000 attack, 251,000 defense. Pre-super, like I said, he does get 150% defense when attacking, and an additional defense of 100 when there's 3 or more crossover category allies on the team, which I'm assuming he has built into him now. We are also having the support of this Toa on the rotation, so he's either getting 40% or 50% at the moment. So let's just see what he can do with 5 links active and a pretty decent support unit on rotation. By pretty decent, I mean really good. So 7.82. Not bad at all. Like, that's really great where you'd like him to be, but you need additional supers from him to really see. We need those additionals to really build up that attack stat to make him show out. This man's going to be getting a showcase once I get him to link level 10. He is not there yet, but this Broly is actually pretty solid. I'm seeing a lot of people complain about him because he doesn't raise his attack stat. He doesn't hit too high of an attack number. He raises his defense for 4 turns on a super, and if he can super 3 times in a row like this, that's triple stacking his defense. And if you link him with himself, he actually has some pretty high defense. This Toa is also going to be getting a showcase at some point. Alright, so here's an ideal situation, kind of, because we do link really well with him. So let's put you in that position. I was going to put the Brolys together, but I actually might skip out on that because we still do have the hearts 50% right now, but the Vegito was sitting on 707,000 attack post that one super with some links active this time. So let's just go along with it and see what we can get for an attack stat. 8.5 million. So that's only after one super, and now he actually has some links active, which is decent, but not great. He's only going to get one super because she's going to get wiped out anyway. We are not getting the transformation this turn, so we might end up seeing it next turn with mine if she makes it that far, but we're about to find out. All right, so this rotation here, we do have the support on for 40%, almost said 4%, 40% in key 3. So the stats should be a little higher than what they normally would. I'm not running the support memory like I was running for the prior one because I didn't have a support unit really, so that's why I kind of ran it. 8.23 with 5 links shared. If this man can hit 2 supers, that'd be great, but I'm also kind of not wanting him to hit 2 supers because I want to get to the full power Super Saiyan 3 Rose at the end of the next rotation, which after 5 turns I think it'll transform, so we should see that next rotation. Alright, let's see. Broly, don't finish her off, please. Thank you. Get 1 super from you. I should have checked Broly's defense. Alright, perfect. So we're going to actually not finish her off, which is ideal. So we're going to have a good, solid rotation coming in. Yep, and here's the transformation. This is going to be mine as well, transforming here too. There is no active skill. There's no voice acting either for the transformation either. Alright, so now that he's post-transformation, his stats are raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy in the super attack. Passive is recovers 40% HP once only, and from the next turn onward recovers 15% at the start of turn. So you're constantly healing. Key plus 4, 200% to stats, plus an additional 150 when attacking to stats, 150% to attack and defense to stats. Plus raises attack and defense by up to 150 the more HP remaining, the greater the stats boost. Guaranteed guard. Launches an additional attack with a high chance of becoming a super attack, and if there's an enemy whose name is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, launches another additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. So you could get theoretically a triple super, also depending on how your passive is built, a quad super. Mine is built 21, 8, and 14, so he's got some chance to dodge, higher chance to get additionals, and that little bit of crit in there dabbled in throughout it. So he's sitting on 850, let me do this really quick. Boom, okay, 1.2 million attack stat, roughly 1.3. with 265,000 defense. The defense is on the really low end, like really, really low. Even though with the guard, that defense is kind of lacking in my opinion. Like, and he's on a good situation here. He's got a good support unit. 5 out of 7, excuse me, 5 out of 7 links active. But his defense is just really, really lacking. So we're gonna have to see what his attack stat can do. If he can power through this stage, that'd be let's see right here. Perfect example. Taking a super attack, and he's sealed, so we didn't get a chance to see the super, but he took 185,000 on that, which kind of sucks. But we're gonna get to see a little bit from the Broly though as well, who is 69% post EZA. He might get his own showcase too. I haven't fully decided if he's worth one, if he's one of those units, but depends on how much this Toa does. We might actually get to see the transformation of the other Rose next turn and hopefully get to use that one off. Okay, yeah, double super from the Toa, which is really nice. She's really good. She needs an easy, or she's got her easy, I'm sorry, she needs a showcase. Here it is. Okay, perfect. We're going to get to see both transformations, which is going to allow us to really utilize both in this form here in the full power Super Saiyan 3 Rose. As long as she doesn't pre-super me, we should be okay. We got healed by 40%, and we have the 50% support from the hearts at the end of the rotation. Again, another situation of just over 1 million attack, just barely over 250,000 defense. Don't pre-super me. Thank you. Alright, so he hits about 12 million on his super attack, which again, if he would have like supered 2 or 3 more times, we'd probably be looking at numbers comparable to Vegito's, if not more, because you got to think those do stack into transformations and they would carry over. But as you saw, he hit 12 million with the crit, and then there is the end of logs right there on another crit of 8 million. So there you guys have it. That is the showcase of the Super Saiyan 3 Rose. I didn't put music on at all that whole time. I see it was muted, so I'm gonna have to play music in the background, but no big deal. There's a Super Saiyan 3 Rose showcase. He's on my list of one of my top 5, top 10 favorite units, just because it's Rose. But do I wish they did a little more with him defensively. Yeah, I feel like he's lacking a bit on the defensive end. The guard is good, but it's not what you need for most red zone stages. He does have the type advantage over the Zamasu stage, so I haven't really taken him into that. I've taken him into a couple other red zones. I mean, he's, like I said, he's really, really good offensively, but I feel like his defense is lacking and his linking partners on his own teams are kind of terrible at the moment. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.